Mussels arrabiata, I know what it should taste like. It's tomato, it's chilli, it's garlic. So I'm going to just create my own recipe. I just want to talk to you about the mussels. 1 kilo of mussels will be enough for 2 people for a main course. Run them under cold water. I usually bang the bag first because that will help close them. Run them under cold water, then go through them. Remove any beards and any that don't close tight. This one you'd think is closed, but there is still a gap. It hasn't sucked itself closed, so I'm not taking any chances those are being thrown out. The other things I'm getting ready, I actually had a couple of plum tomatoes in a tin left over that needed using up, but I'm using a tin plus a bit extra of whole plum tomatoes. You've seen me do this before. I'm going in with my hands to break up the tomatoes. It's better than using the chopped tomatoes, which are watery and pulpy. Other ingredients I'm getting ready, I've got some fresh red chilli. I've got 2 banana shallots very finely chopped. I'm going to have a couple of cloves of garlic that I'll slice, plus I will have some dried chili flakes. And we're off. I've put about a tablespoon of olive oil in a very big pan, a pan big enough for the mussels, on a low heat. I'm adding the shallot, the fresh chilli. It was one of these chilies, not too hot, but hot. 2 very fat cloves of garlic, which I've halved and taken the bitter root out from the middle. And I'm finely slicing. Maybe once I've got my book deal and my TV show, I could have my line of my product line. And the first thing I do would be a truffle shaver. Okay, I'm going to cook these for about 5 minutes until they're nice and soft. I'm also putting in a generous sprinkle of dry chili flakes. Please don't burn the onion. I've moved mine to a much lower heat on the lowest possible setting. I've got 100 ml of white wine. That's going to go in, and I'm just going to let that bubble for a minute to burn off the alcohol. Alcohol is burnt off. I'm going to put in the tomatoes. I'm going to put in a little pinch of sugar and some salt and plenty of pepper. I've returned it to a lower light, and I'm just going to cook that for 10 minutes just to make it really intense in flavour. Just a little side note here, it's worth you tasting your sauce when you first put it together and then tasting it after 10 minutes, and you will be able to see and taste the difference. I've moved it to a high heat. I'm going to tip my mussels in. I'm going to coat them with the sauce and cook them for 3 minutes. Shake vigorously every minute. I finely chopped 2 tablespoons of parsley. I put a part-baked roll in the oven and cooked it. These have had 3 minutes. I can see they're open, they're cooked. Please don't overcook your mussels. I'm going to put half the parsley into the pan, and I'm going to serve immediately into big bowls. Tell your guests or anyone eating with you or just for you, discard any mussels that haven't opened. Serve with a bowl on the side to put the empty shells in. Finish with 1 last sprinkle of fresh parsley. And here we have mussels arrabiata.